Talent starts the race. Persistence finishes it.
Why do so many talented, intelligent, and educated people fail to achieve their great purposes in life, while others with seemingly less natural ability rise to the highest peaks of success? Our society is built upon a great deception, a myth that has been whispered into our ears since birth, the myth of talent. We are taught to worship natural ability, to marvel at the prodigy, to believe that success is a birthright reserved for a gifted few. But I am here to tell you that this is a dangerous and disempowering lie. The number one reason people fail in life has absolutely nothing to do with a lack of talent. Talent is common. You can find brilliant, educated individuals working for minimum wage in every city in the world. The landscape of history is littered with the forgotten names of geniuses who achieved nothing of lasting value. Why? Because while talent may help you start the race, it is a completely different quality that allows you to finish it. That one single, unglamorous yet unstoppable quality is persistence. Persistence is the iron will that allows you to continue on your course long after your enthusiasm is faded and your initial motivation has been exhausted. It is the ability to face temporary defeat again and again without accepting it as failure. It is the quiet, relentless pressure that eventually causes every obstacle to crumble. It is the rarest and most valuable of all human traits, for it is the one quality that can stand in as a substitute for almost any other. The man with persistence, even with little talent, will eventually outrun the talented man who lacks it. The man with persistence will find the answers he seeks, for he will not stop searching. He will acquire the skills he needs, for he will not stop practicing. He will build the alliances he requires, for he will not stop reaching out. Persistence is the sustaining power that gives life to your definite purpose, that fuels your burning desire, and that makes your faith unconquerable. This is the central theme we will explore today. We will not just tell you to be persistent. We will dissect this power. We will understand its components, we will identify its enemies, and we will give you the formula for how to develop the willpower to never ever give up. This is the great secret that separates the drifters from the doers, the failures from the finishers, and it is a secret that is available to you right now.
Persistence is simply faith in action.
So, what is this formula for developing unstoppable persistence? Where does one find the willpower to continue when every fiber of their being screams for them to quit? The great secret is this: persistence does not begin with willpower. Willpower is a finite resource. It is a muscle that tires. True, lasting persistence begins with the very source of all human energy, a white-hot, burning desire. A wish will not carry you through hardship. A hope will not sustain you through temporary defeat. A mere preference will be extinguished by the first winds of criticism. To become truly persistent, your goal must become a magnificent obsession. It must be the first thing you think of when you wake, and the last thing you think of before you sleep. Desire is the fuel in the tank of achievement. Without it, the most powerful engine of talent will never leave the garage. Think of it this way: a person with a weak, lukewarm desire for their goal will quit at the first sign of trouble, because the pain of the obstacle is greater than the pleasure of the potential reward. But a person with a burning, all-consuming desire for their purpose sees obstacles differently. The pain of not achieving their goal is so great, so unbearable, that any temporary pain from a setback seems insignificant in comparison. Their desire gives them the power to endure any hardship. How then do you cultivate such a desire? It begins with your definite major purpose. You cannot desire something vaguely. Your purpose must be crystal clear. But clarity alone is not enough. You must emotionalize it. You must create a list of all the powerful reasons why you must achieve this purpose. What positive changes will it bring to your life and the lives of your loved ones? What pain will you escape? You must read this list daily. And as you read, you must use your imagination to feel the emotions of success as if it were already your reality. This daily ritual is how you build your fire. It is how you turn a simple goal into a burning obsession. This desire is the true foundation upon which all persistence is built. A small fire is easily extinguished by the first wind of doubt.
A burning desire is the fuel, but even the most powerful rocket will crash and burn if it has no guidance system. The second great enemy of persistence is the lack of a definite plan. A desire without a plan is merely a fantasy. It is a source of immense potential energy with no clear channel through which to flow. The person who fails from a lack of persistence often says, "I tried everything." But in reality, they tried a few disorganized, haphazard actions, and seeing no immediate result, they gave up. This is not persistence. This is drifting. They mistake motion for action. A true plan provides a roadmap. It breaks down your definite major purpose into a logical sequence of smaller, achievable steps. It provides you with your first, most immediate objective. A definite plan does two crucial things. First, it transforms an overwhelming goal into a series of manageable daily and weekly tasks. Instead of being paralyzed by the thought of building an empire, you can focus all your energy on the immediate task of making 5 sales calls today. This creates clarity and eliminates the overwhelm that so often leads to procrastination and quitting. Second, a definite plan allows you to measure your progress. It gives you milestones to celebrate. The act of checking off a completed task, no matter how small, provides your brain with a hit of dopamine, a feeling of accomplishment that builds momentum and reinforces your desire to continue. Without a plan, you have no way of knowing if you are making progress, and the journey can feel hopeless. Your plan does not have to be perfect. In fact, it will almost certainly have to be adjusted as you encounter unforeseen obstacles and opportunities. But you must have a plan. It is your best guess strategy for reaching your destination. Sit down with your mastermind alliance. Brainstorm the most logical steps to achieve your purpose. Organize them into a sequence, and then begin at once to execute the first step. A burning desire without a definite plan is like a powerful general without a map, full of fire, but destined to march in circles.
You cannot be persistent toward a destination you haven't chosen. You now have a burning desire and a definite plan, but there is a third, insidious enemy that can sabotage your persistence from the outside in. This enemy is the constant exposure to negative influences. Just as you cannot maintain physical health in a toxic environment, you cannot maintain a persistent, faith-filled mindset in a negative mental environment. Your mind, as we have discussed, absorbs the dominant vibrations of its surroundings. If you consistently associate with people who are cynical, who complain, who doubt, and who criticize, their negative energy will inevitably seep into your own consciousness. They will pour water on the fire of your burning desire. They will subtly question your plans. They will remind you of all the reasons why your goal is unrealistic or impossible. They are the dream killers, the agents of mediocrity. Persistence requires an atmosphere of unwavering faith. You must have the courage to protect your mind as you would protect your most valuable asset. This may require you to make difficult decisions. It may mean lovingly distancing yourself from old friends or even family members who are trapped in a negative mindset. It means turning off the news that is designed to make you feel fearful and powerless. It means unfollowing social media accounts that promote cynicism and envy. You must instead consciously surround yourself with influences that feed your persistence. This is another great purpose of the Mastermind Alliance. Your alliance is your shield against the negativity of the world. It is a circle of faith where your desire is amplified, not questioned. You must also feed your mind daily with positive, empowering inputs. Read books by those who have achieved what you wish to achieve. Listen to messages that strengthen your faith and your resolve. Your environment will either be your greatest ally or your greatest enemy in your quest for persistence. There is no middle ground. You must have the courage to consciously choose your influences. By creating a fortress of positivity around your mind, you give your persistence the best possible chance to grow into an unstoppable force. You must quarantine yourself from the disease of negativity if you wish to remain spiritually and mentally strong.
Defeat is only failure if you accept it as such.
We now arrive at the most obvious yet most powerful enemy of persistence. It is the habit that guarantees failure. It is the simple yet devastating habit of quitting at the first sign of defeat. The 98% who fail in life have one thing in common. They have a low quitting point. They try, they meet an obstacle, they feel the discomfort of temporary defeat, and they stop. They then rationalize their quitting by saying, "It wasn't meant to be," or "the timing wasn't right." But the truth is, they simply surrendered too soon. A core principle understood by every great achiever is that there is a vast difference between temporary defeat and permanent failure. Temporary defeat is a common and often necessary part of any worthy journey. It is a signal from the universe to change your plan, not your purpose. Failure, on the other hand, is not an event, it is a choice. It is the act of accepting a temporary defeat as your final reality. No person is ever truly defeated until they quit in their own mind. Think of Thomas Edison. He famously tested thousands of materials before finding the right one for the filament of the incandescent light bulb. When a reporter asked him how it felt to fail so many times, he replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This is the mindset of unstoppable persistence. He did not see setbacks as failure. He saw them as feedback. He saw them as necessary steps on the path to his definite purpose. You must cultivate this same mindset. You must learn to view setbacks as part of the process. They are the universe's way of testing your desire and forcing you to become stronger, wiser, and more resourceful. The person who quits after the first or second or 10th defeat is telling the universe that their desire is not strong enough. The person who persists, who gets up one more time than they are knocked down, is demonstrating an unshakable faith that makes their eventual success inevitable.
Your why must be stronger than your why not.
Having identified the primary enemies of persistence, a weak desire, a lack of a plan, and negative influences, we now turn to the formula for building this unstoppable quality. We will forge the very weapons you need to defeat these foes. The first and most critical component is to revisit the foundation. You must deliberately build and maintain a burning desire. As we discussed, persistence is fueled by desire. If your persistence is weak, it is because your why is not strong enough. You must give your mind a reason so powerful, so compelling that quitting is not an option. This is a practical, not a mystical process. It begins with your written statement of your definite major purpose. Take that statement of purpose and below it, write a second statement answering this question: why must I achieve this? Do not write down superficial reasons. Go deeper. What will the attainment of this goal mean for your life, for your family, for your sense of self-worth and freedom? How will it feel? What pain will you eliminate? What joy will you create? This list of reasons is the kindling for your fire. Then, you must engage in the daily ritual of autosuggestion. Read both your statement of purpose and your list of whys every single morning and every single night. And as you read them, you must use your controlled imagination to create a vivid mental movie of your success. See yourself having already achieved your goal. Feel the emotions of that victory. This daily practice is not optional. It is the essential work of emotionalizing your purpose. You are consciously associating your goal with immense pleasure and associating the act of quitting with immense pain.
When the pleasure of achieving your purpose becomes greater than the pain of the temporary struggles, your persistence will become automatic.
A plan turns a wish into a project. A burning desire without a channel through which to express itself is like a powerful river without a riverbed. It becomes a destructive flood of chaotic energy. The second part of the formula for persistence is to channel your desire through a definite plan and immediate action. A definite plan is your map. It provides the structure for your desire. As we established, you must break down your major purpose into a series of logical, sequential, and manageable steps. This act of planning defeats the feeling of overwhelm, which is a major cause of quitting. It gives you clarity on the very next step you must take, and taking that first step is the key. Many people have a great desire, and even a great plan, but they fail because they never execute the first step. They are waiting for the perfect time, but the perfect time is a myth. The time to act is always now. The moment your plan is made, you must immediately take the first, smallest possible action to put it in motion. This is a critical psychological trigger. It signals to your subconscious mind that the period of planning is over and the period of execution has begun. Your persistence is built not by contemplating the entire journey, but by focusing all of your energy on the step immediately in front of you. Complete that step, then move to the next and the next. It is the steady, consistent application of action day after day that builds the momentum that makes persistence feel effortless. A plan gives you the steps. Immediate action is what begins the climb. This commitment to planning and action is a core value of the X of mentality. If you are ready to turn your dream into a project, go to the comments and declare, "I am taking the first step."
You can borrow the persistence of others until your own becomes strong.
The third part of the formula for developing persistence is to recognize that willpower is not created in a vacuum. It is profoundly influenced by your environment and your associations. Therefore, you must deliberately harness the power of a mastermind alliance. When you are tired, when you are discouraged, when you face a temporary defeat that shakes your faith, it is often the encouragement and belief of your mastermind allies that provides the strength to continue. Your alliance acts as your personal board of directors, your council of support. You must meet with your alliance regularly and share both your progress and your challenges. The act of stating your weekly goals to a group of people you respect creates a powerful sense of positive accountability. You will be far less likely to quit when you know you will have to report that decision to your allies. Furthermore, when you face a difficult obstacle, the collective wisdom of your group can often find a solution or a path forward that you could not see on your own. Their perspective can restore your hope. Their faith in you can reignite your own. It is like borrowing the strength of others until your own becomes unshakable. This is why choosing your mastermind is so critical. You must surround yourself with people who are themselves persistent and positive. You must quarantine yourself from the negative influence of those who are quick to quit and find excuses. Your associations will either be a headwind that makes your journey harder or a tailwind that pushes you forward. The choice is yours. A well-chosen mastermind is one of the most powerful insurance policies for your persistence.
Willpower is not a gift. It is a muscle forged by daily decisions.
We have assembled the external components of persistence: a burning desire, a definite plan, and a supportive mastermind. The final part of the formula is internal. It is the conscious development of the habit that underpins all others, the habit of willpower. Willpower, like a muscle, grows stronger with use, and it is best developed by starting with small, consistent exercises. The person who tries to use willpower to change their entire life overnight will almost certainly fail and burn out. But the person who uses it to win small daily victories will gradually build it into an unstoppable force. You can develop your willpower every single day. Make a small promise to yourself each morning and ensure you keep it. It could be the promise to wake up 15 minutes earlier. It could be the promise to read 10 pages of a book. It could be the promise to make one difficult phone call you have been avoiding. The task itself is less important than the act of keeping the promise to yourself. Every time you keep such a promise, you are sending a message to your subconscious mind. I am a person who does what I say I will do. This builds self-respect and self-trust, which are the foundations of willpower. Every small victory builds your willpower muscle for the larger battles ahead. This is how you make persistence automatic. You build the habit of following through. You build the habit of finishing what you start. You build the habit of choosing discipline over comfort. Over time, it will require less and less conscious effort. It will simply become who you are. You will have reprogrammed your character at the most fundamental level. You will have transformed persistence from a struggle into a habit.
The man who cannot be stopped is the man who never stops.
And so, we have the complete formula. Persistence is not a mystical quality bestowed upon a chosen few. It is the scientific result of combining these four elements: a burning desire fueled by a definite purpose, a definite plan put into continuous action, a supportive mastermind alliance, and the cultivated habit of willpower. When these four elements are present, you become an unstoppable force. The world will test you. It will throw temporary defeat in your path, but you will meet it with a calm smile. For you will understand that it is merely a detour, not a destination. You will have an answer for every one of life's challenges. Is your desire waning? You will reread your list of whys. Is your plan not working? You will consult your mastermind to create a new one. Are you feeling weak? You will draw strength from your daily habits of discipline. You will have become the man or woman who cannot be stopped, because you have become the man or woman who never stops. This is the ultimate X factor of all great achievers. It is the quality that guarantees success. This is the mindset we aim to cultivate here, a mindset of resilience, of purpose, and of unstoppable, intelligent persistence. Therefore, I invite you one last time to make a commitment to this great quality. Subscribe to this channel, and in doing so, declare that you will adopt the habit of persistence until it becomes a part of your very being. The world will always make way for the person who knows where they are going and who is determined to get there. The journey is yours. The formula is in your hands. Now, begin.
Activate the X within you.